How's it going, guys? EA just released the biggest roster update of the year so far. A bunch of players got their ratings changed, so I figured I would just look at it and give you guys my thoughts. If you have no idea how to download the latest roster update, really simple. You go to Rosters, Active Roster, and then download the latest one, which is, as you can see, in November 16th. So I'm going to take a look now, guys, at every single team and just kind of see the rating changes. I'm not sure if they did any changes outside the NHL, but for this video, I'll just be covering the NHL rating changes. So starting here with the Anaheim Ducks. Obviously, there's injuries and things that play a factor, so we'll have to definitely check Scratch to see if Getzlaf got a change. He's still an 89, Kessler's still an 85, Fowler's still an 84, so it doesn't look like there's too many changes there with the Ducks. Next, you guys, the Arizona Coyotes. Obviously, Clayton Keller, the big upgrade, going from a 78 to an 82, tearing it up right now. He's got like a point per game. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if they made him like an 83. Dvorak also got a pretty big upgrade from a 78 to an 81. Don't think there's any rating changes on defense, but in goal, they actually put through that trade for Scott Wedgwood, who's now the backup. So obviously, there's both rating changes and some trades that were made. Next, you guys, we have the Bruins. So a few rating changes for them. Bjork here's a 79. DeBrusk is 76. On defense, Char actually dropped from an 85 to an 84. McAvoy's up from an 81 to an 82, so I think both of those make sense. Plus, I was checking to see if Rask got downgraded at all, but he didn't. He's still an 88. And honestly, he's had a bit of a rough start to the season, so I was kind of expecting that, but I think it's fair to give him a bit more time to keep that rating. Next, guys, we have the Hurricanes. As far as I could tell, neither Buffalo or Calgary had any rating changes. Only one for Carolina. They have Jeff Skinner now an 85, was an 84, so kind of surprised by this. I'm pretty sure Kane's having a better year right now than Skinner, and Evander Kane's still an 83, but Skinner got upgraded from 84 to an 85, so I feel like Kane definitely could have gotten a +1 upgrade, but whatever. In regards to Chicago, guys, Saad's up 1 from 83 to an 84. Now, he did have a really hot start, but since then he's kind of cooled down. DeBrincat obviously is also on the team now. I think he might have had a bit of an upgrade too. I don't know if he was a 77 when he was on the junior team still, but that's pretty much it for Chicago. Next up, guys, you have Colorado. Obviously, no longer have Duchesne on the team. I was honestly expecting Rantanen to be like an 83 now. I thought he deserved +1. He's like a point per game as well, but no upgrade for him. Yakupov, though, went from a 77 to a 79. Kurt Foote got an upgrade. He's now an 80. I think that is it for the forwards. On D, though, they have Samuel Girard, obviously, from that trade, now a 78. So a few upgrades there for the Avs. Next year, guys, you have Columbus. I know Milano got a huge upgrade. Was a 73. Now it's 79. So I think that's the biggest upgrade so far. +6. Pierre-Luc Dubois, I think, also had an upgrade. Now it's 76. I don't think he was rated quite that high when he was in the juniors before. It's hard if they weren't on the NHL team before to look back, but I do think he got a bit of an upgrade. Dallas Stars here. I think everyone's the same except for Spezza, down from an 84 to an 82, which makes sense. Not really having the greatest start to this year. Everyone else, though, I believe is the same. And now, guys, we have my favorite team here, Detroit Red Wings. As you can see, the first player there is the one with the upgrade, Anthony Mantha, now an 83. He was an 80, so he got +3. I think that's well-deserved. Him and Larkin right now, Detroit's best players by far. Both on contract years, so I think that was kind of obvious that was coming. I mean, they're finally showing him some respect. They had him as an 80. I don't know why. I know last year he was like a low 70, and then they finally made him like a higher 70, but finally an 83. Finally, Mantha's gained some respect. Curious too about their goalies. So Howard's still lower rated than Mrazek. I don't know about that one. Howard is playing lights out right now. He's got like a .93 save percentage. Mrazek's barely playing. I feel like you could easily switch those ratings. Maybe even make Howard like an 84. Mrazek an 81. There's a pretty good disparity between the two now, and Howard's definitely better. For the others, guys, no rating changes I can see, but obviously Camilleri is now on the team. He's supposed to be playing third line there with Strome, so like I was saying in the video, definitely makes that third line a bit stronger. Next year, we have Florida, who's had a few upgrades. Barkov's an 86, up 1 from an 85. Dadonov, pretty big upgrade, now an 84 from an 80. Trocheck also got +1 from an 83. Now, one weird thing to me is Huberdeau's killing it this year, absolutely tearing it up. He's got 21 points, 17 games. No upgrade for him, but the other people on his first line, Barkov and Dadonov, get a +1 and a +4. I feel like Huberdeau definitely deserved a +1 to become an 85, but again, not a big deal. And now, guys, with the LA Kings, obviously going to be a few upgrades on this team. They're tearing it up right now. LaFall's a 77. I believe he was a 71, so another +6. Brown got a +2 from a 78 to an 80. Camp, I think, was like a 73. If I'm right about that, he's got like a +7, but he definitely got a huge upgrade now at an 80. Defense, though, stayed the same. Goalies, honestly, I thought Quick might have gotten an upgrade. He's still an 87, though. So far, I've checked every team's goalies, and I haven't seen a single rating change, so I have a feeling just the goalies all stay the same. Now, moving on to Nashville. Both Minnesota and Montreal had no rating changes I could see. Really surprised. Thought Zucker might have gotten like a +1. He's been playing so well, but not the case. For Nashville here, Arvidsson got a +1, though, from an 82 to an 83. Honestly, though, I think Arvidsson's good enough. He could be an 84. Also, I think Forsberg's destroying right now. He could have gotten a +1 and be an 87, but Arvidsson's actually the only rating change I noticed on Nashville. Moving on to New Jersey now, guys. Obviously, they've had a ton of upgrades. They're doing a lot better than I think everyone expected. Brad here's a 77. I believe he was like a low 70. I want to say 72, 73. Again, it's hard if they weren't on the NHL team before to find out their former rating. Nico Hischier in 81. He was like a 78, 79, so you got a decent upgrade there. Miles Wood was 75, so he's up 2. And on defense, I now have Will Butcher, who's 80 overall. I think that's pretty fair for him. For the Islanders, guys, only rating change I can see is Barzal, now an 82 overall, but I mean, that's a huge upgrade for him. I believe he was a mid-70. I forget the exact rating. But if you guys watch my franchise mode series, you know that he grows like crazy. So the fact he's now starting off in an 82, he could easily be like a 90-plus player in franchise mode, which is pretty exciting, I think. Moving on to the Rangers now. They're a team with a few upgrades. So Buchnevich up from a 79 to an 81, plus 2. I think that's it for the forwards. On D, though, McDonough plus 1, now an 87 from an 86. And then Shattenkirk's also plus 1 up from an 83. This one is definitely one I think is well-deserved. He's killing it right now. Plus, when he was an 83, that's a player that a lot of people thought was underrated to start the year. So glad to see that they've kind of fixed his rating a bit. Moving on to the centers now, guys. Mark Stone here with a huge upgrade, now 86 overall. It's a plus 2 from his 84. And I feel like it's a lot harder to get that rating increase the higher rated you get. For instance, I think they're much more willing to make a low 70 a high 70 than they are to, say, make a 90 and 91. So that just tells you how good he's playing. Obviously, to Duchesne now starting that second line, 85 overall, so his rating has not changed. And then on defense, though, Ceci actually dropped 1 from 82 to an 81, so a little bit interesting there. In regards to the Flyers, guys, only one rating change I can see, and that's Sean Couturier up from an 83 to an 85. Makes sense. Obviously, that first line is just killing it right now. I think that's a well-deserved upgrade for him with the plus 2. Looking at the Penguins now, guys, there's actually been no rating changes. Kind of surprised by that. I thought they might have dropped Gensel, maybe even Crosby. Glad they didn't drop Crosby, though. He just has these hot and cold streaks all the time. He's still worthy of that 93. 2, I was wondering if maybe they'd increase Kessel. Like, I don't even know what he's got right now. He's like 3rd or 4th in scoring, but he's still an 86. You guys can see Sheehan there on the 3rd line. That's kind of funny to me. But yeah, no rating changes for the Penguins. So San Jose had no rating change, but St. Louis has a few. Obviously, one of the best teams in the league right now. They're going to have a few boosts. So Schwartz, just like Stone, plus 2 from an 84 to an 86. Very well deserved. He's having a career year right now. Shen, too, he's up from an 83, or sorry, an 84 to an 85, so he's a plus 1 there. Now on defense, Parayko also got a plus 1 boost. So again, the Blues are playing great hockey right now. I think all 3 of those boosts are well deserved. And next year, guys, we have the best team in the NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, a ton of upgrades throughout. Nemesnikov here now an 83, up from a 79. Stamkos, though, still a 91. I feel like he definitely deserved a boost. Should be a 92. Kucherov did get a plus 1, though, from an 89 to a 90. Honestly, though, I think he should be a 92, just like Stamkos. I think it's good that they gave him a plus 1, but both these players are still underrated in my opinion. Second line here, you got Gordon now an 80. He was like a lower mid 70. Braden Point still an 80 as well. I think that they definitely did him dirty here. Like, the second line is being carried by Braden Point. He plays both the power play and the penalty kill. Like, he's the reason that second line is doing so well. He basically got Gord to an 80, and now they're making him the same rating as Point. Point's a much better player. Point should be at least an 83 in my opinion. So this one, they need to give him an upgrade. Palat's still an 84. Same with the rest of the guys. I don't think any changes there. Defense, though, Sergachev obviously now an 82. Believe he was like a 78 or so. So pretty solid upgrade for him. And I definitely know now that they did not touch the goalies, as Vasilevsky is still an 84. And he's the best goalie in the league right now. He deserves to be at least an 85 in my opinion. Could have given him a plus 1. But overall, I like the fact that they did boost Tampa. But this team is so good. I think, like I said, Stamkos, Kucherov, both should be 92s. Point should be like an 83. They definitely could upgrade them even more. Next, as we look at the Leafs here, I was expecting a couple rating changes, but it actually doesn't look like anything's happened to the Leafs. I thought maybe Kadri would have went up 1. He's having a pretty good start to the year. Maybe Marner down 1 because he kind of had that slow start. Then with defense, I thought maybe Riley up 1 to like an 85 and Gardner down 1 to an 83, but for whatever reason, they just decided to keep it all the same. Look at the Canucks now, guys. A few rating changes for them. Besser now an 82. I believe he was like a 78 before. Don't quote me on that one, though. It's hard to remember all the different ratings. Both Sedins dropped 1. Both were 83 before. Now they're both 82. And I think that's it for the Canucks. No changes on defense. And now, guys, we have the biggest surprise team of the year, the Vegas Golden Knights. So this one's kind of weird to me. I was expecting a ton of upgrades for how good they're playing, but only one upgrade that I can see. That's Alex Tuch, up from a 75 to a 78. Honestly, I was expecting at least a few plus 1s scattered about. Like, Riley Smith's playing really well right now. Could easily be an 82. Perron's leading scorer on their team. Could easily be an 83. Like, Carlson, Hala could become 81s, I think, and it'd be more than fair. Defensively, especially. Like, Schmidt's a top pairing defenseman right now for the Golden Knights. He's got all the toughest matchups. And and he's still a 78, not even an 80, while Lucas Spies and McNabb are 80s. I would argue like Schmidt's Vegas' best defenseman in terms of just all-around play, and they still have him at a 78, so I think that one's a little weird. He definitely deserves an upgrade to at least an 80. Even Miller here, 77, he's been playing pretty well. I could easily see him being like a 79, like I think that's more than fair. But for whatever reason, they just decided to keep it the same. Maybe they think Vegas is going to start sucking, but right now that's not the case. And finally, guys, we have the Winnipeg Jets. I was looking at Washington, I didn't notice any rating changes. Only one I could think of is maybe giving Carlson a +1. Other than that, probably fine, they stay the same. But the Jets here, Kyle Connor +4 from a 76 to an 80, obviously playing really well right now on that first line with Scheifele and Wheeler. Speaking of the first line, Wheeler's now an 88, +1 from 87, and Scheifele's tearing it up so much, I'm surprised they didn't give him a +1 too. And I believe those are all the rating changes for NHL players in this update, so definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Do you like the rating changes they made? Do you dislike them? Personally, I think overall they were pretty solid. A couple of them I didn't agree with, and a couple I thought that didn't get upgrades could have gotten upgrades, but overall, like I said, definitely like what they did here. And obviously over the years, more games are played, they'll continue to like change player ratings, so it'll probably end up being exactly as it should. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. And besides that, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.